Some crew members are causing a...
You're adjusting before you call. You're anticipating. You're... Of course I'm anticipating.
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some rare chemicals right under the boards. I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy. Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot. Makes me wonder what... Fair enough. But you should know he's not the only game in town. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway. Don't think of it as being a lackey. Think of it as doing a job and getting... I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making sure you last long enough to pay me at the end of this. Anything else? Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean. Sure, and fish sticks are really made from salt. Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, share a pint of premium double... But sooner or later, things will go back to the way they were. Well, who hasn't been there? Anyway, I'd hate to... Hey, let's not make this out to be more than it is. Though, come to think of it, this whole episode reminds... I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got... Which brings us to where we are today, several mess... See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. This is why I have to see them. They'll hardly recognize me. Reconnect is a strong word. And, I was thinking you'd come too. Great! And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one. Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on... Just know that I've got plenty more suggestions if you need them. Anything else? It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize it's just some mismatched shit everyone's agreed to overpay for. Even the bribes are overpriced. The real question is, why didn't I leave sooner? There's all these invisible rules, and everyone spends all their energy just trying not to break them. I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack of gauze without 10 people signing off first. Now you see why I left. People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but really, it's just paste. Everything's polished and bureaucracy. Take a close look and you'll see it's deader than anywhere else in the colony. Don't trust anyone, don't What, like primals? Nah. People are interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made lots of them, unfortunately. I even sculpted a few. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders and a good profile than... That's what I've been saying.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells. Welcome back, Captain. How can I request... We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. You might want to consider changing your clothes more often. Good luck, Captain.
Something on your... Something...
UDL security attendant is always prepared.
Are you still tinkering with that?
It's not gonna fix itself.
Don't we have repair drones for that kind of thing?
This was a repair drone. Just don't make more paperwork for me. All right?
That's what we really need, you know?
More of you.
I'll keep it down.
Are you still tinkering with that?
It's not gonna fix itself.
Don't we have repair drones for that kind of thing?
This was a repair drone. Huh? What was that? Mine's playing tricks on me.
Can you believe I'm retiring? Lucky me.
Move along. Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Don't you ever want a little fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits overhead?
What a thing to say.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to be famous? Kid, you got presence. Natural magnetism. Know what I mean? Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we... Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of representation? Fresh, natural talent. I know it when I see it. Listen, you got a real special quality, raw... I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a star. And I think you got the chop.
Ah! Captain! You're gonna be in pictures!
Already got an entourage, huh? Way to get ahead of the... So what do you say? You ready for the... Terrific! We're holding auditions at the studio. Head to Odeon Pictures and take the elevator. You're going all...
Andy Creo's energizing ointment.
Something...
Is that supposed to be a model of a system?
accurate. I once treated a lady who got her hand caught in the gears. Idiot was more worried about her rings than her fingers.
C&P Borsworth. It's not the nearest to Borsworth.
Move along.
The dissidents actually took over the refinery. I can't believe it. And then...
Looking for weapons? You've come to the right... Why, to defend their property, of course.
50-Bit says he's got a hard on right now.
Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer. It's up to us to protect... Marauders, dissidents, especially large One can never be too well armed.
So what if all those MSI suits waited on Monarch this whole time? I could do it. Easy.
Baker's Choice 2-hour energy drink. Watch out for hour 3.
Have you tried our new car? Then you'll... Quite so. But I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. Oh. I don't believe in work. Work is for auto mechanicals and low... I don't mean to sound cruel. There's nothing wrong with working. We all have our roles and... Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Halcyon is healthier and more productive than ever. In the coming months, Byzantium will be sure to see the many rewards reaped from your diligent labor. Once we nail down the details, I can't wait to share what's in store. For now, my friends, keep up the hard work.
Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all.
Undesirables, and your plan is to sit idly by.
And what was...
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fought. This ultimatum... That's funny. The Minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS. Sure you are. And what is it you're delivering? Typical.
You think the privy's gold-plated too? Look at the size of this basement. If someone back home wanted to make a secret lab, they'd have to put it in a closet.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside? You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking. My what conspiracy? Let's talk about this. Please, I think there's been a crucial misunderstanding. Just give me a second to explain myself. If you still want to shoot, if you came looking for some elaborate scheme, it isn't here. All I'm doing is trying to keep Halcyon alive.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving. Our produce might get us through the day, but we're getting weaker as a species, and sicker.
Is that why everyone in Edgewater was so sick? Not a plague, but vegetables?
The lack of usable nutrients is compromising our immune systems. Under these conditions, even the common cold could seem like a plague. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. Look around. We're the only intelligent aliens in Halcyon. I know. I was there. Thomas was the first to take the gas. A simple test, he said. I told him not to, but he insisted. We learned a lot from his autopsy. Enough that we could try it on each other and know when to stop. No one else died. I must find a cure so his sacrifice isn't in vain. There are other teams. We didn't want to experiment on human test subjects, so we used the only resources we had. Each other. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Imagine losing something with that many guns on it.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace. I'd prefer if you didn't use my name when you talk about this. My contract has a list of very terrible consequences for breaking secrecy. Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
Knowing what the board considers a success, that doesn't give me a lot of hope.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but I'm just not sure.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. You could always shoot me. I assume that's why you're here. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. and we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
I try not to, least when it comes to the moral dilemmas. Lilia Hagen's a useful ally to have, but I'll back you up either way.
I hope you know what you're doing, Captain.
It seems like she's trying to help, Captain. Honest help. Ain't many.
Everything I... You won't regret this. I'm still far from the breakthrough I need, but you're at least giving me a chance. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive. You sure have an inflated sense of self-importance, but that doesn't make you wrong. Now move along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of her, tidying up and such.
Another worker will result in a wage deduction. Okay, keep it quiet.
Huh? What do you Keep your hands to yourself.
System alert.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Is it done? Well, well. Looks like someone's due for a promotion. How does Vice President of Aggressive Act... You've certainly earned it, my blood-soaked... Catherine heard I was taking you on full-time and sent along a present of her own. I've had it delivered to your ship. From now on, the board will think twice before fucking with Lilia. Be sure to mention that in your travels. We could use the free advertising.
Hey, we don't work for exposure. I'm not sure we should go telling folks we had anything to do with this.
Well, if there's nothing else, I need to review some... Not as much as I'd like. The board dispatched it to Earth on a Interesting. It's possible the board wanted the cruiser. I'll have someone look in.